Stop for a second and just listen. Can your ears adapt to a new language while you uncover the secrets of a legend? Today, we are opening the gates to a giant mansion. You will hear the moving story of a shy boy from a two-room house who became a king, but lost his freedom along the way. This is your moment to listen and learn. By slowing down and focusing on the calm rhythm of this narrative, you are training your brain to understand English naturally. Pay close attention to the story, because by the end of this video, you will expand your vocabulary and master 5 essential expressions that will make your English sound more confident. Train your ears. Feel the words. Let's travel back to the dusty roads of Mississippi. Listen to the warm, heavy air of Mississippi in the summer. It is the 1940s. The sun is setting over dusty roads and wooden houses. You hear a very soft sound coming from a porch. It is the sound of an old, cheap guitar. A young boy is sitting in the dark, touching the strings. He does not know how to read music. He does not have expensive clothes. But when he sings, the quiet night suddenly feels full of life. This boy is Elvis. Today, his name is written in gold letters across the world. He is the king of rock and roll. But before the bright lights and the millions of fans, his life was shaped by a deep sense of struggle. Elvis was born into a very poor family in a two-room house. His childhood was not stable. His family had to move often, looking for work and a place to survive. He was a shy boy, and he was very attached to his mother. He often felt lonely and out of place at school. He was different, and the other kids did not always understand his style or his music. But his quiet life was about to face a massive change. When he was a teenager, his family moved to Memphis, Tennessee. He began to explore the busy streets, listening to the blues and the gospel music in local churches. He absorbed everything like a sponge. He wore his hair long and loved flashy clothes, even when people stared at him. He worked as a truck driver, carrying heavy loads during the day, but his mind was always full of rhythms and melodies. He was just an ordinary young man with a big dream hidden inside his heart. One afternoon, he walked into a small recording studio called Sun Records. He wanted to record a song for his mother's birthday. He was nervous, his hands were shaking, and he did not look like a star. But when he started to play, the owner of the studio stopped what he was doing. He heard a voice that was completely unique. It was a mix of country and blues, full of energy and raw emotion. Elvis did not know it yet, but that simple moment in a small room was the spark that would change global culture forever. Elvis began to release records, and the world caught fire. He did not just sing, he moved his body in a way that people had never seen before. It was a completely new energy. When he stood on a stage, the young people in the audience started to scream and cry with excitement. He was a lightning bolt in a conservative world. But with great success came great tension. The older generation was shocked. They thought his dances were dangerous and inappropriate for television. The cameras were ordered to show him only from the waist up. Imagine the pressure on a young man who was just trying to express his music. He was suddenly at the center of a national debate. But instead of changing to make people comfortable, Elvis stayed true to his rhythm. He signs a deal with a massive record label and releases hit after hit, like Heartbreak Hotel and Hound Dog. He became a global phenomenon very fast. He bought a giant mansion called Graceland for his parents. He was surrounded by wealth, fast cars, and thousands of screaming fans wherever he went. He was no longer the shy truck driver from Mississippi. He was an icon. But during this climb to the top, he had to make a very difficult decision. He was drafted into the U.S. Army. At the peak of his fame, he had to leave the stage, cut his famous hair, and serve his country in Germany. Many people thought this would end his career. How can a rock star disappear for 2 years and stay popular? But during his time in the army, something changed inside him. He lost his beloved mother, which broke his heart completely. When he returned to the stage, he was a mature man with a deeper voice and a new perspective on life. He began to make movies in Hollywood, signing long contracts and leaving his live audience behind for a decade. He was rich. He was a movie star. But a quiet question began to grow in his mind. Was he still a musician, or had he become a product of the industry? In 1968, Elvis decided to return to his true passion. He made a television special, dressed in black leather, standing close to his fans, singing with incredible energy. It was a massive victory. He proved to the world that the magic was still alive. He began a long series of shows in Las Vegas, wearing white jumpsuits with capes, performing for packed rooms night after night. But the pressure of being the king was an immense weight. He lived a very isolated life behind the gates of Graceland. He could not walk down a street like a normal person. He became dependent on prescription medication to sleep and to have energy for his intense shows. The contrast between his golden image on stage and his private pain was devastating. His marriage broke apart, and his health began to fail. He was lonely, even when he was surrounded by a massive crowd of followers. On August 16, 1977, the music stopped. Elvis passed away at Graceland at the age of 42. The world went into a state of deep grief. Millions of people realized that a beautiful piece of their youth had disappeared forever. His story teaches us that talent can build an empire, but fame cannot heal a lonely soul. He showed us that the things that make us unique are our greatest power, but we must always take care of the person behind the mask. We all have moments where we try to meet the expectations of others, forgetting to listen to our own needs. Elvis gave everything he had to his public, leaving a legacy of songs that will live forever. But his journey reminds us that true success is about finding peace within ourselves. As we reach the final moments of our story, let us look back at some of the useful expressions from the life of Elvis Presley. Learning these phrases will help you express your ideas with more clarity and confidence. Caught fire, meaning to become very popular, successful, or exciting very quickly. Example: the new song caught fire on social media within an hour. Stared at, meaning to look at someone or something for a long time with a lot of attention. Example: everyone stared at his colorful jacket when he walked into the room. Left behind, meaning to leave a person, place, or thing when you move forward or go to a new situation. Example: when she moved to London, she left her small apartment behind. True to, meaning to remain loyal to your own beliefs, style, or principles without changing for others. Example: in spite of the criticism, the artist stayed true to his unique vision. Broke apart, meaning to separate, disintegrate, or end completely, often used for relationships or structures. Example: after many years of arguments, their business partnership broke apart. Your journey with the English language is just like these stories. It requires patience, curiosity, and a brave heart. Every word you learned today is a step forward. Now, think about the new words you heard and the strength of the characters we explored. Learning a language is a way to connect with the world. Don't forget to review the essential expressions and keep practicing. Until next time.